to all of my Libras. So um, let's get into it. All right. So one more. Let's shuffle this up one more time. So for Libras, you have the Judgment, the Knight of Cups, the Emperor, the Five of Wands, and the Star card, the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so all right, so okay, that's interesting. So the Judgment, Knight of Cups, and the Emperor is all about you Libras tired of going after somebody who's a little bit too stoic for their own good. These are people who, they act like nothing affects them, even though you try to get to know them. They act like nothing affects them, and they're not giving you much to really work with. They're not letting you know that yes, they like you. They're not letting you know anything else. They're just, they just think that, you know, that they don't have time for you. And the Five of Wands is that, so you've had a falling out with them, and they're like, well, I don't really care if you leave or you go. That's that. But the Star card represents, but on the inside, they hoping that you Libras don't leave. But they trying to they trying to pump their chest out. They trying to puff up their chest. Because as I've said in a lot of my other videos, people who play games, again, you got to understand, like, they're not all the way upstairs. They're not. They're kind of mental, if you really want to keep it 100. And the reason why I'm saying that is not to discriminate, because I'm not discriminating against anyone per se. But when you pay attention to them and you really examine them, just the things that they think of and the things that they say, you know what I mean? Like, their internal philosophy is not, it's not functional. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm live and let live. If a person wants to, if a person wants to, come or go, they can. But if they go, I'm not gonna let them back in. Like, there's, you know what I mean? Like, there's freedom here. But then when you deal with when you Libras, right, observe some of these people, right? You Libras are like, wow, a lot of you Libras starting to understand some of the things I'm talking about, where a lot of you Libras are like, yo, starting to see what it is I'm talking about, where there's not a whole lot of people who really have any kind of uh, mental clarity. They're really kind of mental, because every time I've seen somebody who play games, there's always something wrong with them, every single time. And I'm looking at this like they can't function in the real world. They can't function as a functional adult without any kind of addictions. It's always some form of self medicating, or, you know what I mean, some issue like that. Every single time they're self-medicating on something, or if they're not self-medicating, then they're violent and they don't have any kind of restraint. It's always a story, but they don't really have any kind of, real um real valuable internal understanding, right? Live and let live. Have respect for others, as well as healthy respect for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, there's no kind of justice there. There's no kind of ability to breathe, for the other person. There's, it's a monarchy that's just ruling, right? The emperor, it's a monarchy that's just ruling with an iron fist. And the seven, the Eight of Pentacles is, you're not built for that. You Libras, y'all are air signs. Like, y'all ain't built for that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, who told this person that they could get you caught up in that type of situation and it's going to work? So the Eight of Pentacles, this is you Libras breaking free from that type of person. You ain't got to deal with these type of individuals. You know, you're not. Once you and this person, right, Five of Wands, had this falling out, this person, this person told you to go. And that's exactly what it is that you Libras did. Y'all left. Because you don't have to put up with it. But again, it's this delusion that they do. Excuse me, that you do. And you Libras on to something else, someplace else. You know, you're not even talking to them anymore. And they can't believe how fast pretty much you cut them off, because they thought that you were going to be sniffing up after them. And that's not really the case. And the Five of Cups and the Knight of Wands is they know that they messed up. But again, that ego, they can't get over that. Vainglory is a very powerful thing. The seven cardinal sins. Vainglory is the sin that starts it, and then it produces the other six, because it's vainglory in the first place that creates greed and sloth and wrath and gluttony. You know what I mean? It's those things in the first place. Lust. It's vainglory, and it's that sense of entitlement that gets you to think that you deserve this, you deserve that. But again, people don't understand that, they're coming out here interacting with people, and people looking at them like, again, the emperor essentially has no clothes on. You know what I mean? They have no clothes on. So people out here playing games, Libra, in the sense that they think that they're so much smarter than you or whatever, and you could see right through them. And they don't know how to really deal with that. It's just that they just have to keep up with the lie of, nah, I don't know what you're talking about, and you just mad because I'm flossing on you. And and you Libras, you know what I'm saying? Like, you Libras are not that shallow. You know what I mean? Like, Libras like style, but at the same time, Libras are not shallow to a point, or they like style to the point where they will allow people to disrespect them. Libra won't care about how stylish a person is. At the end of the day, Libra wants respect. You know what I'm saying? Zodiac signs like Libra and Capricorn and people like this, a lot of y'all want respect. So when people, even when somebody shows up and they fly and they flashy, that's not going to work on you Libras. I mean, yeah, you may like the get up and all of that, and you may like how cool they look, but a lot of you Libras ain't going for that. The way that this person interacts with you and talks to you is like trash. A lot of you Libras ain't going to go for that, because it gets to a point where, yeah, you look fly and all that, you look good and all that, but at the same time, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just out of pocket, because you could only be stylish to a point. If your mentality stinks, Libras ain't going for that. You know what I mean? So the thing is that the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles is, you don't really know what to do with these people. They may be coming in trying to tell you that they apologize and give them a second chance right after, right? May call you back right after you hang up on them, or if you see them face to face, you may tell them that you ain't rocking with them because they too all over the place for you. They're too disrespectful for you. This relationship is not going to go anywhere. And they're too duplicitous, because on one hand, right, they're still acting like, it's nil. They're too far gone. Like I said, mental. They're too far gone, because we need to start telling it like it is, man. People who run game, especially when you tell people what all the games are, you know what I'm saying, and they still do that, there's obviously something wrong, because that's not going to work on y'all. And these people are mental in that sense, because on one hand, they're still trying to play games. On the other hand, right? On the other hand, they're still trying to do what? On one hand, they're trying to play games. On the other hand, they want you back. So they still haven't learned their lesson. They're still going to be trying to compete with you while at the same time do what? Be in a relationship with you? Like, how does a person create that type of anger or animosity with somebody and then make it, and then at the same time be with that person? It just goes to show you how split their mind is, how fragmented their mind is, you know? And I'm not trying to diagnose anybody, at all, but you could just observe it. Like, what? These people's mentality don't even make any sense. Their internal philosophy doesn't even make any sense. It's all over the place. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. They're trying to compete with you and then at the same time be in a relationship with you. So what exactly is that type of stuff going to look like? It's going to look like they step out with you to be to go to a restaurant or go to the movies or something like this, or take a walk with you or whatever. And any kind of accomplishments that you have and you telling them about it, they're going to try to do everything that they can to show show off on you. And the truth is, when people do that type of stuff in the street, it makes them look odd. Because people are like, why are you styling on your own person? You know what I mean? Like, you doing too much. So to clarify the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Death, the Hanged Man, the Empress, the Ten of Wands. So the Hanged Man, the Death and the Hanged Man is, you're supposed to put this relationship or this potential relationship to bed. This is a relationship that's nil. These people got too many issues. They have way too many issues because you Libras know what it is that you want, and you know that, you want to look fly together with a significant other and all of that, but handsome or pretty can only take you so far. And Libra likes to be stylish and chic and all that, but Libra, you still have to have respect for Libra at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how handsome or how pretty you think you are, that's not necessarily going to work on a Libra, right? Because a Libra is an air sign, so they will bounce on you if you think you have the upper hand. You know what I mean? You will bounce on people. Then you have the Empress and the Ten of Wands. So the Empress represents Libra, okay, and the Ten of Wands. So the Empress is about you not necessarily really trying to create relationships with them at all. You are trying to get away from them as fast as you can, as far as you can. Some of you will get the picture. Some of you may try to accept the person back for like a day, right? You'll think on it. And then once you'll hang out with the person. And then once you see the type of stuff rear its ugly head again, where they start to look deranged and, you know, they got that look in their eye or whatnot, where they trying to compete with you, where they got that issue, then a lot of you are going to be like, yeah, this isn't going to work because you too turned up, you too all over the place, and it doesn't really make any sense. Let's clarify the Five of Cups. All right, so let's clarify the Five of Cups. So you have the Lovers, the Four of Swords, the Sun, and you have the Two of Cups. So the Lovers is that, again, this person, now that you don't want to be with them, now they're trying to, make sure that you don't go anywhere. Oh, because they love you. And you Libras may not have necessarily known these people for a very long time. And if you did know these people for a very long time, it was friendships where the two of you didn't necessarily cross a boundary. It's only recently where the two of you may have crossed that boundary to give each other a try romantically, if you've known them for a long time. And then you have the Four of Swords, which is you Libras just have to do right by yourselves. And like I said, leave this person alone, because this person will say anything that they think is going to work. Because again, it's that delusion of they trying to be in a relationship with you while competing with you. Like, I don't know Like, I don't know what's that about. Like, what's up with that? So the Sun and the Two of Cups now represents this being a situation for you where the Sun and the Two of Cups, right? This is about you're gonna find a lot more. They want you to come back, but you're gonna find a lot more benefit without them in your life, right? Because they playing too much, and they will learn. They will learn eventually. They will learn. The Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, let's clarify the um, Two of Pentacles. All right. So we have the Three of Cups, the Seven of Cups. Okay, and then we have the King of Swords, and then we have the Nine of Cups. So the Three of Cups, the Seven of Cups. This represents how a lot of you need to understand that what you've got going on is, again, you have options. You know, nobody has no options. I just want to go ahead and say that out loud. No one has absolutely no options forever. I should say. I should say that just to clarify it, because how people end up losing options is they, number one, they think that they're too entitled, right? They think that they deserve better, even though they treat people like trash, and they underestimate people, and they're steadily looking for this magical thing, and they don't really find it. And the people that they do deem as magical in that sense don't necessarily want them, because even those people see them as being messed up. But nobody has no options forever. There will be a time where usually the people who do have a lot of options are people who uh usually the people who do have a lot of options are usually people who start off young. But then when they start off young and they usually have options in their teens and their 20s, their options usually start to dwindle down. And the people who usually don't have too many options when they're young, usually their options start to ramp up, because a lot of people fell off. A lot of people ruined their lives. So the Three of Cups is that you have options. I'm just letting you know what it is. A lot of people, Seven of Cups, they think that they're trying to put it off like they're more important than what they are. But you see directly through that. It's just that y'all are not messing with them, and that's what it is that they're upset about. So the situation is that the King of Swords and the Nine of Cups is, you can be confident that they don't really have a whole lot going on. Not really. And you shouldn't really get back in a relationship with them, no matter how much they cry and they plead, because they should have more common sense than that. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Thank you for 3,500 subscribers. Really appreciate it. Trying to get this YouTube channel to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June next year. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos. Peace. I'm taking a rest.